Norwich, last year's semi-finalists. Well, the pitch made it all just a little bit difficult, but another cracking game, watched by Tony Gubber.
It's Carnival Day at Exeter City, but probably not in fancy dress disguise are the latest First Division scouts who've come to see if Darren Rowbottom can add to that record tally of 23 goals against First Division opposition. Rowbottom always lines up in Exeter's number 7 shirt, and wearing 11 is Tony Franklin, the 17-year-old YTS apprentice, playing only his 4th game in an Exeter defence that may not be too troubled by this Norwich team that hasn't scored a goal for 5 3/4 hours and which lost all 3 Christmas games, despite the return of top scorer Robert Fleck after injury. It's 6th in Division 1 against the top of Division 4 in the FA Cup, and a real feeling in the West Country that there's a giant killing act in the air. And Norwich immediately funneling the ball back to goalkeeper Brian Gunn. Benjamin, as far as Gordon. Rosario, that's a quick ball into Fleck. And didn't work out too well for them. And it's really already beginning to cut up. Jim McNichol, much troubled Scotsman, now an Exeter publican, with the free kick for Exeter. Benjamin well forward. Gordon dispossessed. This is Whitehead. Has he gone round Culverhouse? Oh, he's brought down, well, he had. Rather despairing tackle by the Norwich right back. Both Taylor and McNichol have come forward, and that's Rowbottom. Marked by Townsend. To the far post. Bailey. Neville gets it out of a tight position. Bailey again. Oh, held off Townsend well, didn't he? And well struck! Well, that's the sort of shot that can really expose a keeper in these conditions. Look how muddy it is in the goal mouth. Good opening spell by the 4th Division side. And safely taken by Brian Gunn. Scottish under-21 international who's been in the full squad on many occasions. Understudy to Jim Leighton. This time they both miss it. Fleck. Flicked on by Townsend. Rosario on his chest. Just taken away from him by Jim McNichol. But he's got quite good close skills for a tall player, Rosario. But couldn't quite drag that clear of Jim McNichol. And this is McNichol, now 31. Butterworth. Franklin, rather gangling youngster. Whitehead. Benjamin. Whitehead again. And Benjamin. Neville. The shoot by Crook. Good turn. Benjamin. Neville. Neat by Exeter. Whitehead's cross. A good header by Neville. Oh, and he had to clutch it the second time. Whitehead, the man who crossed it in. And Gunn needed 2 clutches at it to hold it. And Steve Neville, the 32-year-old assistant manager here, with a glancing header, almost giving Exeter a perfect start. Well, Rowbottom scored 7 times in the last 6 games. Only one brief moment from him so far. And the foul on him gets Exeter the free kick. Lost in the first round last season to Bogner. What a different tale it is this year. Neville. Rowbottom got away from his man well, and again Gunn has to make another save. Oh, that's a foul on Whitehead. seen too much of Darren Rowbottom. But it was a good shot first time, and Gunn had to be positive. And Clive Whitehead has felt a few scars in his time. He's now 34. Crook, nice back heel. And a little bit of anxious, one or two pushes and shoves. Jim McNichol was annoyed, I think, that Dale Gordon had got that free kick when he felt he hadn't touched him. Forward by Butterworth to Linnigan. Phillips. Bowen, first time. Rosario got a head to it. Oh, what a fine save. Well, he's only 20, Kevin Miller. This is only his 7th game of the season, but that was absolutely splendid. Well, Rosario must wonder how that didn't go in. But Norwich have the corner. Linnigan's up from the back, and Miller coming out confidently and taking it well. Well, here it is again. It's a really good header down by Rosario. And what a fine one-handed save from Miller. Scott Hidey, the right back. Bailey. And that's the half-time whistle. A half in which Exeter will be more than satisfied with their performance. They've created most of the scoring chances, although their young keeper Kevin Miller had to make the save of the half. But the half-time score is Exeter City 0, Norwich City 0. Brighter weather arriving from the west at last, but at 4 o'clock it's not in time to give us a better playing surface here at St James's Park, where this second half will be played on a pitch that will deteriorate even more. And it's Exeter now attacking the goal to the right. Phillips for Norwich, dispossessed. Benjamin. Neville. Holds off Phillips. McDermott. For Benjamin. Oh! Well, he was picked out beautifully by the ball. Neville. Well, that's where he wanted a colleague. Bowen, back to Butterworth. Oh, he missed it. Fleck. Miller's off his line. Fleck misses the post. Norwich presented with a game-winning chance, and Fleck missed it. Well, maybe that's the sign of a player who's missed a lot of matches through injury. It was Butterworth who hit it forward. McNichol, well, he looked quite casual, didn't he? It went over his head to Fleck. With the goal at his mercy, put it wide of the post. Bowen. And if he'd delayed much longer, the route back to the keeper would have gone. Certainly looked like a handball. Back to David Phillips, who's perhaps the only player on the field who's still got a clean shirt. Maybe he's playing in a different match. Bowen. Across. Oh, it was blocked. McNichol wants to be quick. Oh. Well, I think you want to see your number 4 get the ball away from a position like that a bit quicker. Came off Rowbottom and broke a window in the stand. Have to get the Glaziers in on Monday. I wonder if a broken window might be the prelude to the goal that this game richly deserves. Again, he's managed to turn. Faced by Butterworth. To Bailey, who chips it up. Header down. It's by Lenigan. Some really strong tackles going in. And that ricochets for Neville. Neville, right foot! Oh, swerving shot. It's still in play. And finally kicked away by Phillips. Well, Neville couldn't have hit that right foot shot sweeter. And Gunn just prevented it getting between him and the post. Whitehead. McDermott. Highly in support. Away by Lenigan. Only as far as Franklin. Oh, dispossessed by Rosario. And now Crook. Bailey. Victim of the pitch there, Bailey. As was Townsend. Bailey. Good ball. Neville. Townsend. Benjamin. It's a long range from Benjamin. Well, how can this game still remain scoreless? Because there's been a glut of chances in both goal mouths. Seemed far too far out, didn't he, Benjamin? But he struck it sweetly. And Gunn had to take it. 11 minutes left. Fleck, oh, good ball to put Phillips in possession. He's got clear sight of goal here. And again, the keeper saves it, and Fleck misses. Well, that was Norwich's best chance. Fleck missed one earlier, but that was even better. He put Phillips clear down the left. He always had a clear sight of Kevin Miller. Miller did really well to save the shot. It rebounded to Fleck, and with the goal empty, he missed the target. Rowbottom manages to turn. Butterworth finds Neville, who also has space to turn. Rowbottom! Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable! With 5 minutes left, the goal-scoring machine, Darren Rowbottom, has scored a classic. Neville picked him out, a glorious looping header right into the corner, and not even Gunn could get there. His 24th goal of the season, and that'll bring more First Division scouts down to the West Country. Well, now, what can Norwich produce in these last 4.5 minutes? Bowen. Fleck! Oh, it's one apiece! Oh, dear! Miller looks in dismay, and what a disappointment that is for the home team. They led in the Little Woods Cup here against Sunderland 2-0 with 15 minutes left, were held to a 2-2 draw and lost the replay at Roker Park, and now they've allowed Norwich to equalise right from the kick-off. You can't keep giving Fleck chances. He's missed 2. That time he was on target. What an amazing turnaround. And somehow you sense it might not yet be all over. It's been a thoroughly rousing third-round cup tie. A perfect pitch in many ways on which to play this sort of match. Team from the lower divisions against one from the first. Rosario. Crook. Townsend's made a run. Fleck. McNichol, important. Oh, Franklin was dispossessed for the first time. And over the bar. He's a cheerful chappie, isn't he, Robert Fleck? Feels that he's earned his money today with that equaliser. Well, I must say that the 9,061 fans who've seen this game have been privileged to see a really fine cup tie. And I'm sure that all of them will feel inclined to make the journey to Carrow Road for the replay on Wednesday, if indeed that's the way it ends. And Peter, folks, ends a game that has been a joy to watch. Exeter have really done their reputation proud. Fleck got the equaliser for Norwich. Less than a minute after the 4th Division side have gone ahead through their goal scorer, number 7, Darren Rowbottom. There he is. And it's nice to see the players with such happy smiles on their faces, because they certainly know they've put on a really good show. A really good competitive cup tie, and well, who knows, Exeter might yet win it in the replay, but they'll have to come out again on Wednesday, because it ends here. Exeter 1, Norwich 1, and thoroughly entertaining.
The pleasing thing for me was the football we played. We didn't hump it, we tried to get it on the ground, and we caused them quite a few problems, and that pleased me. And also, to be fair to Norwich, they cut us to bits in the second half occasionally, but my keeper had 3 or 4 great saves to keep us alive. So it's mixed emotions. We're pleased, and yet I'm disappointed getting so close.
Describe the goal for us, because I mean, it looked real quality from where we were sitting.
I think we had 3 or 4 passes on the right. Neville's whipped the ball. Yeah, he must have set Darren up 24 times this season, I think. And Darren's had a great head, and it's looped into the top stanchion, and it was a smashing goal.
And what about your players when the goal went in? What went through their minds, do you think?
It looked like panic. Total panic to me, because of the throws and didn't go get the ball back. But I think you've got to give credit to Norwich, the first division team, and for 85 minutes we competed, closed them down, and we thought we probably got it won. So you've got to give credit to Norwich. They kept going, and they showed the class in that little instance. Yeah.
And in fairness to Fleck, I mean, he'd had 2 chances before that, which might have put you behind.
Yeah, if Rowbottom had him, they'd have been out of the cup 3. There's 8 gentlemen in the boardroom absolutely delighted, because it's as good as another home draw to us. We're going to make some more money, and if we're not careful, we'll be solvent in 6 months.
A sporting match, and the story really of a counterpunch.
Well, it was. I mean, there's no need really to tell Exeter now that the time you're most vulnerable is when you've just scored a goal. And in fact, they were too busy with their celebrations. It's quite extraordinary. There were 42 seconds between the ball being taken out of one net and hitting the other, and 16 seconds from the kick-off to Fleck scoring.
You timed that yourself, did you, Jim?
I did.